and I almost left out versus the dollar here, so I'm gonna combine these two videos. But this, let's look at the dollar. So I did mention how when we talked about versus the daily here, this is a big area to watch. Now this is versus BTC. You'll notice here, versus the dollar, there's some major support here back from January. Again, it's kind of tough to grab these lows exactly. That was 1581, looks like the low was 1389. So call it, you know, these are areas. We don't get to the point where we're very too level specific. You know, the last thing you want to do is fall from 34 down to 15 and then say because you think your level is 16 and you break it by 50 cents, that then you get bearish just because it broke 16 the level. I mean, then you want to flip and get short, and you end up, you know, selling the low. So we look at these as areas. So yes, you can have specific levels to watch and support and trade off of that, but really these are areas that you want to be concerned about, especially longer term. So here, I would call it the 13 to 15 area has been very good support longer term. And then as we came up down here and you've been making lower highs, I'll even try to annotate this. This is tough to do on a line chart. But this is a series of lower highs, okay? And this was your lower lows. Once you broke this higher low here, these are lower lows. This is a lower low relative to here. Okay, this is a lower low. Now here, I'll draw this in blue. You get a higher low, which is the first sign that maybe the market wants to bottom, because once you stop making lower lows, it's always the first sign that the bulls are back, the bears are tired, this trend might turn. And then right here, your lower high, that's the pivot to shift to a new uptrend, as by definition of a higher high here. Okay, that's a higher high. And then now we have a higher high and a higher low. So this is a much more bullish looking chart now that this high took out this high. So from here, the risk is really below 20. And you'll see that this chart looks much different than versus BTC. So I think you want to be a buyer back here towards 20, see if it holds. I mean, this isn't advice for anyone. I'm just saying in generally from a directional standpoint. I don't know each person's financial situation. The point is that the risk is, or the way to play, a good way to play this is you come back to 20, you add. If it can't hold 20, you take off whatever you add. You stop out on whatever you add down here in front of 20. Because if that breaks, then maybe you're going to retest that 13, 15 area, and then you can rebuy that spot or that zone again. You don't sit through another 50% drawdown or 30% drawdown. But this is still long-term bullish. I mean, as long as we're kind of above 13, 15, this is a spot that you want to be long here for the move back above this high, and then maybe a retest the 40 handle. So that's where I think the risk is. You just be patient. We can watch it versus BTC. If BTC really takes off, and this continues to drift lower, at some point I think that'll be an add there around 20. All right, guys, hope that helps.